The rain poured down in thick sheets, drumming against my cabin roof as I stepped onto the porch. The woman standing in front of me was drenched, her long, dark hair plastered to her face.
I saw someone.
She whispered, her voice barely audible over the storm. By your woodpile, a man, watching. My grip on the flashlight tightened as I swept the beam through the darkness, but all I saw were trees swaying in the wind. No movement, no figures, just shadows. Are you sure? I asked, my pulse quickening. She nodded, her eyes darting toward the tree line. Her breath came in short, ragged gasps. She looked afraid, terrified even. Something about her unsettled me. Why had she come all this way, alone, in the middle of a storm? Her cabin was at least 10 minutes from mine. How had she seen someone from that distance? Before I could ask, she took a step back. Be careful, she warned. Then she turned and disappeared into the rain, her flashlight flickering out as she moved toward the woods. I hesitated before going back inside, locking the door behind me. The air inside the cabin felt heavier now, charged with something I couldn't name. Hours passed, the storm quieted, but the unease stayed. Sometime after midnight, I woke with a start. A sound had pulled me from my sleep, sharp and distinct. A twig snapping right outside my bedroom window. Holding my breath, I crept toward the glass, barely daring to look. At first, I saw nothing, just darkness. Then, movement. A figure stood at the edge of the trees, partially obscured by shadows. My heart pounded as I recognized the long, tangled hair. Michelle. She wasn't moving, just standing there, staring. A chill crawled down my spine as she slowly began to turn toward my house. I ducked below the windowsill, my hands shaking. Minutes passed. Silence. When I finally gathered the courage to look again, she was gone, but someone else had taken her place. A man. Tall, broad-shouldered, bald, with a thick beard. He stood on my porch, his eyes locked onto my front door. The next sound I heard was the shattering of glass.